Hi, how are you? Welcome to the show.
I thought I was on there already. My apologies.
No worries.
Good morning.
Hi, how are
Angela,
you?
Jasmine, Angela. Welcome to
Hi,
the
Angela.
show.
How are you?
I'm good.
So we had a big conversation with Jasmine, just to reiterate for my followers who are now chiming in. We are online with Jasmine Collier. I said that right. Okay. Woo. And Angele Yvonne. Angele Yvonne is the host of Vegan Pop Eats. And we have Jasmine Collier, who is the founder of Purple Vegan Mama. So we just went through a little bit of the journey of what Jasmine has gone through to become a purple vegan mama with the purple hair. So Angela, let us know, because I know a little bit about your journey for those who don't know. Angela and I met through mutual friends because we are typically in the same industry when it comes to media and reporting. We go to events and pop up on each other because, that's what happens when you're in the industry. But Angela rerouted her life from being just entertainment news to vegan food and pop news. Tell us about this journey and why the transition.
Well, hello, everyone. Well, as she just said, I also am well knowledgeable in the pop culture space, online, also on red carpets. But when I transitioned 6 years ago, it was just like, I wanted to transition to a life where I can fuse all the things that I liked doing and be able to offer that up as far as content, as far as being in the know, what's hot and things of that nature. So when I was a talk show host for the L Spot, shout out to Empress Lanice. She's one of the first people who really let me be on an actual show and to show my talent, and also to sort of shine up the rough edges, because I hadn't been on TV for a long time because I went the public relations route first. But when my mom got sick with breast cancer, it started the catalyst on me, becoming a vegetarian. And then I became a vegan once I came to New York. And on the show, Empress would give us opportunities to be able to produce, a certain amount of segments. And I thought it would be dope if, I could show, my producer eating vegan mac and cheese to show that the opportunity, to cross over was, we eat good over here. Yeah. And I realized that, even though veganism, vegetarianism, fruitarian, alkaline, whatever is not new, what is new is the content. And what is new is that, people from all walks of life still need someone to show them how dope it is over here on the green side, and how easy it is to transition over. So instead of me doing my I think it was like 3-minute segment on, what's hot on the entertainment news, I was showcasing the hottest vegan spaces, because the one thing that I found that was a common denominator is that a lot of people were just like, well, if I'm not eating this way, where if you can't go to bed on Noche, where the hell can you go? They were just doing whatever. So I decided that I wanted to showcase the hottest vegan spaces and trends, the full lifestyle. So, I started my own show, Vegan Pop Eats. We're about to start our 4th season in June. Yes, 4th season. Matter of fact, on my birthday, because I always launch on my birthday, June 14th. Hey. And when COVID started, we weren't on the red carpets. We weren't, being able to do certain things. So I started an IG Live series where I have the opportunity to hear everyone's journey firsthand. So I have been able to talk to all the influential vegans in our space, like John Sally, Maya, Badass Vegan, Vegan Soulicious, the Korean vegan. This it's been over 100 interviews. Chef Babette, like from all walks of life in our space, because it's important, one, for people to see people who look like us that are doing it, because we are the fastest growing demographic in this space, and two, to know that each journey is different. And it allows me to merge everything that I love being. I love being a vegan, even though if you talk to, Dr. Aris, we're actually vegetarians and not vegans, because it's not about the animals. And I love pop culture. So I'm able to talk to all the celebrities, the influencers, the CEOs, the entrepreneurs, and I like to eat. But my show isn't just about eating, it's about the whole lifestyle as a whole, because there's just so many things that are popping up in our space that you won't even believe. And cannabis is part of our lifestyle as well, because it's plants and it's medicinal. So I decided that that's what I wanted to do, because, health is our biggest currency. And, I just want my time on earth knowing that I gave back to my community and I was leading them to good. And that's it.
She basically said everything in a nutshell. So it's really funny to hear both of you guys about your vegan stories. You missed Jasmine's story, but Jasmine started her route more so towards her kids. So of course, with her own health scares and her own journey, she more so became more intentional with it because of her kids. Whereas you became more intentional with it in terms of just one, realizing that you can touch on that in different aspects, but on the media aspect to show a different light into it. So I love how you guys are all on a journey, but yet we're all like coming together. It's like that show Manifested on Netflix. It's all connected.
That's right. That's right. Angela, what are you eating?
Well, yes. I was told we were supposed to be having lunch.
Yeah. So I'm actually happy that you brought that up, because I actually had a surprise for Jasmine. So your husband was so special enough. Well, he told me when we were supposed to meet in person that he was going to have a whole car service and everything, bring you to the studio and everything.
Really? Yeah. He was supposed to be my chauffeur.
he was gonna do it all. And I was like, wait a minute. Then when I had issues with the studio, I was really devastated because I thought that was so beautiful. So I did talk to him and I was like, no, there's no way. We really gotta still do something of some sorts. Like, I need you, I need you to do something. So we've decided that he's gonna make you a special something for you to have with lunch with us as well. You should be coming into the room wherever you are right now.
Yes, indeed.
Where is he?
Are you serious?
I am so serious.
I'm telling you, this man.
Yes, he should be coming in now. Where is he? He got a special little something for you. Call him.
But I think he just walked in the house. Actually, he stepped out, so maybe
he's coming in now.
Up his sleeve after all.
So while he's coming up, let's just talk about the premise of the show.
Oh, he's up. He's up.
There
you go.
Yes.
You gotta show your face so everyone sees.
Oh, look at that beautiful baby.
Oh, happy. Look at the purple vegan mama with her family. So beautiful. Love it. And you see, your husband made you a green smoothie. Can you just tell us real quick what it is that you made her?
That's called a lean green. It has a lot of.
Mommy, vegan mama.
That's right. It has apples. It has cucumbers. It's basically it washes out all your toxins. So.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. You see, you gotta get the whole family aligned. That's what you do. That's what you call happy marriage. Well, yes. Thank you, Z. For those who don't know.
Thank you.
No problem. Shout out to Q Talks and good luck, ladies. You guys are doing well. Keep going.
But to go on what I was eating, I'm eating a fruit bowl because I'm on this 30-day detox. And so I'm on the detox from Dr. Holistic, Dr. Bobby Price.
Okay.
And it's a parasite cleanse and also a detox, and it's for 30 days. So I'm eating majority raw.
Wow.
Oh, girl.
Because I've done raw for 30 days and I've done raw for 25 days and I love it.
So how do you feel about your mental state? You know, do you feel like the fog in your mind has really subsided?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Same
because
here.
I won't say that I had a breakthrough, but the other day I was going through something and I realized that, the way that I thought about it was a little bit more clear than versus, how I would normally think about something. Because, sometimes when certain things happen, you think it's the actual situation, when actuality, it's you have outgrown that situation and you're more frustrated with yourself versus whatever that is, because whatever that is going to remain constant. The only constant is either you in the situation or you're not in the situation.
So I'm happy that you guys are touching on that aspect of food. Well, we're going into our Q&A session, you guys, great. So touching on that when it comes to clearing your mind and eating raw. So for me with eating raw, I've only eaten raw doing my Daniel fast. And you do get a lot of clarity. That is where you have more of a clearing mind. Oh, excuse me. Why is it that your brain clears out after you eat raw? What is it about that the raw type of wholeness in the food gives you a clearer understanding? Can someone answer that? Purple Vegan Mama?
Sure. So my take on that is we're living, right? So, and our bodies are from this earth. So what's going to heal and what's going to cure us, it has to be of this earth. It can't be something that's made in a laboratory with a little bit of this, a little bit of that, packaged up into a little bottle. It's not going to work that way. So what's going to heal us and what's going to fix what needs fixing are the natural herbs and the fruits and the vegetables that come out of the soil that grow from the earth, and we're eating, when you eat raw, you're eating these live enzymes, which is what we need. A lot of times they say, if you do a stir fry, don't cook it too long because you're really cooking out the benefits, right?
I do hear that.
Enzymes, and you're kind of eating dead vegetables.
Okay.
So things like a fruit salad, which is just full of water, is so good for you. And as far as your brain, a lot of that fog comes from mucus, right? So we're, if we eat foods that are highly processed, they have a lot of ingredients, things that we can't even pronounce. We don't know what they really are. And if you can't pronounce it, we all know you shouldn't be eating it, right? But we do. And so there needs to be more accountability on our end, because it's really not the problem of these huge manufacturers, right? Because they're all FDA approved, they're all on the supermarket shelves, right? They made it through. So where does that responsibility lie of really checking, turning the product around, looking at the ingredients and like, there's too many ingredients here. High fructose corn syrup, there's red number 40, yellow number 6, all of these brain neurotoxins, and that's where it should stop. And that's where you put it back on the shelf. And a lot of these things are causing these allergic reactions inside of us. And how does the body react? By creating this mucus. Mucus is like a slime. I work in a school and I talk to my students a lot about diet. I'm a speech pathologist, but we talk about diet all the time. And why is that? And I say, when you eat right, you think right. And when you think right, you speak better. It's just that simple, right? So why are we always talking about food? Well, that's why. So we actually had a conversation about, eating trick cereal for breakfast. And this is something that, unfortunately, as we all know, growing up in school, the food that they offer is really, really subpar, and that's criminal. It's criminal, to be feeding the next generation, the ones that are going to be taking over after, it's a circle of life. So right when it's their turn, they're going to be in control of this world. And this is how we're feeding them. This is how we're treating them. It's really, really, really sad, and then you talk about hyperactivity and difficulty concentrating and difficulty remembering, learning disabilities, all these things that I come into contact with my students. And it's like, is it really your fault? Because this is all you're being offered in the schools, right? And I work in East Ramapo. So a lot of these students come to school And this is their meal. They don't eat at home. They come to school, they have their breakfast at school, they have their lunch at school, and then they go home, so it's really heartbreaking. So when we talk about, the brain fog kind of going away when you eat a cleaner diet, it's really a detox that's happening. There's all this water coming in, there's all these minerals coming in, these vitamins that are pulling out this toxin buildup that's been going on through the food that we're eating.
So it's
that's my take.
No, that's a great take on it, because many people do not understand the necessity, especially me having my niece and my nephew. We made burgers for the holiday this weekend, and I also made a side of vegetables. Of course, the kids didn't eat the vegetables. However, in talking about vegetables, for us, one thing that I'm really seeing that is really having me a little concerned is the growth in vegetables and fruits. How big they're looking in the supermarket now. Is that okay? Is that normal? Now, does that counter-react, the mental fogness where you're trying to eat raw, but how sure are you that this food is being grown the right way? Angela?
Right.
Well, I don't think that you can be sure, but, for me, I try to eat as much organic as possible.
Mm-hmm.
At least that, gives me a little bit of hope that, once they've, put the sticker on there, that they did their due diligence.
And that's another thing that people are fighting. How accurate are those stickers?
Right. But that's why now everyone is getting to the space where they're starting to learn more about like foraging, and they're also starting to learn more about, growing their own things in, their homes and things of that nature. But for me, it's hard. It's really hard whenever you're thinking about, well, if I'm getting something straight from the ground and it's not good for me, well, what am I supposed to eat? What am I supposed to do? But I have, this much faith in the organic space. So, I just basically really, really try to do closer to that. Or I really enjoy going to the farmers markets, because with the farmers markets, I think that they put a little bit more thought into how they are growing the different vegetables, and they seem a little bit more normal than what I'm seeing in the grocery stores. Except for like, I trust Whole Foods. I don't know if I should or whatever the case may be, but that's their whole premise. Whole foods, organic foods, things that is good for the body. So, them and Trader Joe's and the farmers market, and, living in Brooklyn, we have a lot of open markets as well. I try to do as much as those versus actually being and going to like the Key Foods and all the, different types of grocery stores.
Now, my touching on that aspect, I have one of my followers want to know, especially with you guys loving Whole Foods, what is the difference between a vegan, a vegetarian, and a plant-based diet? Who wants to tackle that?
I mean, I could tackle it, and I'm sure Jasmine, know as much. But for me, I had a conversation with Dr. Aris Latham. Okay. And he said that technically vegan is just, a word for everyone to be comfortable with. In so many words, I'm paraphrasing it. In actuality, we're vegetarians because we vegetate and we eat vegetables. Vegans are more so for the animals. Like that's the definition that he gave. And we like to use the word vegan because how it's comfortable for people to, be able to grasp it. But before I had the conversation with him, I would say vegan is whenever you're just giving up meat, but you're still eating the processed foods and things of that nature. Plant-based is, when you are limiting your processed meats and you're going to more of a plant forward diet. But then I was corrected, because plant-based also technically means that the base is plants, but that doesn't mean that there isn't any other things that aren't part of, the plant kingdom. And like there's raw foods is whenever you're not eating anything that's over 120 degrees cooked. And alkaline is, you know, if it doesn't have seeds and things of that nature, you know, where you don't know where the beginning starts at, you're not supposed to be eating it because it keeps your body in a certain balance, because cancer can only survive in an acidic environment. So you're supposed to make sure that you're keeping your environment or your temple as less acidic as possible. So
I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like all science.
Well, I mean, it is science and it's biology. It's science and it's biology. And a lot of times the reason why we're even eating meat is because it was brought to us. You know, with our ancestors, we only ate meat as a celebratory situation. We weren't sitting around eating burgers every day, and we weren't sitting around roasting a cow every day. It was more so as in a thanks to the universe, you know, a celebration. Sacrifice. But for the most part, we were and we are, you know, plant forward. And there's so many words to throw around, as in, because everyone is always obsessed with titles. But the best way that I'm learning how to communicate it well is that I'm plant forward. I don't eat anything that had a mother to it. My diet consists majority, I'll say, is like 85 to 90% raw. You know, it's hard to where we live at to get alkaline. And yeah, I do indulge every blue moon in a processed nugget, but I don't purchase them other than if I was out, you know, in a restaurant somewhere and there was no other options. But the food that I bring into my home is whole foods, raw, clean foods.
Okay, so talking about bringing foods into home, this question is for you, Jasmine, because with your kids, one of my followers wanted to know, if your kids are vegan, how do you get them to stay true when they are not around you?
That's a great question.
That's a good question.
So I have a blended family. Right. I have two sons from a previous relationship. My husband has a daughter. We came together and together we have a son. So we're a family of 6.
You look good, girl.
Yeah. So when we made the change, my oldest, who's now 10, you know, he wasn't really too happy with that change. The cheese was gone. The chicken was gone. But the way I cook, he doesn't complain. You know, he eats it. But when they go when our older children go with their respective parents or with their grandparents, you know, we let them eat what they want to eat. You know, I would never, nothing ever good comes from good. It comes from forcing someone to do something. Right. And I don't want to have any negative associations with eating this way. So we let them make the decision. And I mean, I know for our daughter, she really kind of leans more toward a plant-based diet. You know, she really doesn't like eating meat too much, and that's just her naturally. So we don't enforce anything on them except that I cook the way I cook in our home, you know, and I don't buy, just like Angela was saying, the processed things here and there. You know, sometimes they want to get those chicken nuggets, you know, and I tell you, you really feel a difference after eating a clean diet and you eat one of those processed foods, even the Beyond Burgers. It just does something. It does something to my gut. And I just feel like my sensitivity has just gone way up where I know like immediately when something's wrong and I really shouldn't have eaten that. And I just know, like Angela said, once in a blue, I'll indulge, but you can really feel the difference.
Okay, so we're feeling the difference in indulging once in the blue. Do you guys get bored with food? Is that why we indulge?
No, it's just, it's, to be honest, it's laziness. If I want to keep it a buck, it's laziness, because, you know, so much goes into, and well, let me take that back. So much does not go into you feeding yourself, but sometimes you're just like, let me just throw this into the microwave just to have something. Or maybe it's a time where you be like, you know what, I haven't had a chicken nugget in a minute. And even with the chicken nuggets that I eat, I try to get the ones that are closer to the ones that don't have a lot of ingredients in it. You know, like I love a good field roast. I love a good, what's the other one? There's a new one that's out, like Alpha nuggets are amazing.
So even though, sorry to cut you guys off, but even though you guys are indulging, you're still being intentional with the type of brand you're shopping with.
Absolutely. I'm not like I tell everybody, when you first start vegan, Morningstar used to be the jump off. Like Morningstar used to be everything, but I don't even deal with Morningstar no more because everything has advanced so much. And now, people are finding a way of making fresher, vegan products.
Interesting.
But for the most part, if I'm going to indulge, I pay attention. I pay attention to the flavor. I pay attention to what it looks like whenever it's frozen, or, just different things. Because some of them look just like, cardboard, or, or not even a semblance to what you're used to. But like I said, I can count on my hands how many times that I, actually go and purchase, and I'm learning how to make my own nuggets. Like, you can make nuggets out of chickpeas, and if you wanting tacos, you can make walnut meat. So there's so many recipes out there. You just have to just decide if you want to take the time out to sit there and cook and do all those things. But to be honest, whenever I do eat those things, it's me being lazy.
Okay. All right. Wow. Walnut meat. I'm still stuck on that.
Oh, you got to try it, Q. Oh, you have to try it.
It's bomb, because you can eat it cold or you could cook it. It's bomb.
And it looks like it.
Yeah.
It
You
looks
guys
like,
have to make
ground beef.
Yeah.
You're going to have to make it for me. And then
Actually,
maybe
and you know what? For me, going vegan, going plant-based. And now, I spoke with my husband about the word vegan, and hearing Angela talk about the word vegan, I might just change it to purple plant-based mama now.
Yeah,
I trademarked this name back, last summer.
Mine is trademarked too, but
but what, for me, the creativity in the kitchen just went through the roof. Using beans and lentils and tofu and soaking cashew nuts, and then throwing it into a blender with some oat milk, with some nutritional yeast and some spices, and you create your own cheese. Like, it's really fun, actually. And I get the kids involved. They love to help. And then if they're involved in the cooking process, they're going to be more inclined to try it, right? Because they're proud of themselves. They want to taste the finished product. So it's been a real journey, like, as far as the creativity. And my husband loves everything that I cook. Like, he is such a supportive person. He's willing to try everything that I make. And that just helps me too, that he's not, ew.
Especially for men to be like, now I realize this new trend of men trying to become vegans or pescatarians, or just cut meat completely out of their diet. Whereas this has been something women have been doing, but men, I wonder what's going on. I want to know what's going on in the market. Angela?
But if you really want to be, keep it a buck, you like the seasoning of whatever it is. It's not the actual meat.
Ooh,
so whatever seasoning that you're putting on your meat and you put it on vegetables, it's the same type of feeling. Yeah. Because if you didn't put seasoning on that chicken or seasoning on that steak and ate it just like it is, you wouldn't do it.
Wow. I actually had someone make me a vegan Snicker out of dates. And what else did he make it? It was just all vegan plant-based product. And it tastes like a Snicker. Yeah. Like a real Snicker. Wow. Okay. Well, now my followers want to know. So we know this is the main basic question everybody always asks as a vegan. Where do you get protein from? Yes, we know you can get them from nuts. What are some other options besides nuts? Because not everybody, nuts is a real high allergy. So if you're allergic to it, what's another way to get protein?
Well, you can get protein in fruits and vegetables.
You
just have to consume enough for your body.
Now, what fruits and vegetables and how much do you have to consume, if you know?
You have to consume how much for your body, meaning, like, I think, and you can't quote me on this because that's whatever, but I think with men it's like 57 grams of protein a day, and then with women it's like, I don't know, 50 something grams. So you eat the amount that you would do. I do a lot of protein shakes, and even with my protein, I make sure that it's pure. I don't do the ones that have gum in it, even though gum, it's whatever, it's a binding situation. But for me, I eat chickpeas, I eat walnuts, I eat nuts, I eat, mushrooms. I eat anything I want. I just don't eat anything that has a face or was a mother or a dad or whatever you want to say. And before I go on a rant or whatever the case would be, being without animals is not that serious. People want to say, oh my God, I just can imagine. It's psychological. And then you also have to think about, what is a priority for you? Like if you really don't care, then that's fine. That's fine. But crossing over is more of a psychological thing. And it's also you wanting to show up as your best authentic self. And your authentic self does not involve you harming animals, harming the planet, or even harming yourself.
So now I got a question for the both of you guys. This is where I play devil's advocate. Clothing. If we're vegans, what are we wearing? Are we still wearing our wools, our cashmere, our silks? Those are all coming from animals. Or is that changing as well? I'll start with Purple Vegan Mama.
I mean, does it really harm an animal to take the wool from a sheep? I don't know. I think that's debatable. As long as I'm not eating it. I don't really have too many of those items in my closet, and my husband loves his cashmere. But again, I'm one of those people that I like honey. I like
honey.
Manuka honey. That's a big deal in our house. Manuka honey for wounds. I got children. They're getting hurt left and right. They come to me and we clean it up. We put some Manuka honey on it and put a Band-Aid over it, and you'll be surprised at how fast that wound will heal.
I'm taking that remedy.
Antibacterial. It's very expensive, They like to eat it by the spoonful. I'm like, hey, slow down. But yeah, I think I don't think that that's really too harmful for if you're doing it in a respectful way, and I guess it comes back to just knowing where your clothes come from. If you want to be a little more diligent in your research. And then just to circle back real quick on the protein part, I just wanted to throw in also, let's remember that when we eat animals, we're getting protein through kind of an indirect way, right? These animals ate plants themselves. And so where did they get their protein from? They got it from the plants. Yeah. So in their body is that protein. And then we eat the animal. That's where we're getting that protein from. And remember, there's a lot of money behind the meat industry, behind the dairy industry. There's a lot of money in there,
especially right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. You can't put a patent on a lot of the things that Angela is talking about, that I'm talking about, and there's no money in that. So where's the money? You have to kind of think about, how much they push that diet on us. Mm-hmm. And also the way that they're treating these animals too. I mean, I spoke to my students as well. Like if everything was really straightforward, we should be going on field trips, right? To these factories, these slaughterhouses, and see what they're really doing. And I bet you if we did, we wouldn't be eating these anymore. If my children saw some of these crazy videos that they have, or crazy documentaries, I think, what was it, Cowspiracy? I couldn't even finish watching it. It's just, it's terrible.
It's like What the Health and Supersize Me and all of those health movies.
Oh yeah. But let's keep that in mind, that this is a secondary type of protein that we're eating, along with all of the other slew of hormones and chemicals and adrenaline that these poor animals have in their body at the time of death, and we're eating that. So that's my take on the protein.
But for me, as far as clothing, and also to touch on the point that Jasmine was saying, gorillas are vegans.
Interesting. And how they're so vegan. Big? So that
gorillas are vegans, giraffes are vegans. And they're strong and they're big. Gorillas,
that's actually another question my followers wanted to know. Why is it that people who are vegan are not as skinny?
Because they're
mostly
eating the
shrimp?
processed meats and they're eating the breads. Because I remember when I first crossed over, I was pasta down, pasta, bread, any kind of, carb, because being a vegan does not mean that you're healthy. Let's just say
Nip
that
in the butt now, everybody. You hear that?
Because-
Meat or not healthy.
because people mistake not eating meat means that, oh, I can stuff my face full of pasta, I can stuff my face full of cake. No. Eating processed vegan food does the same kind of damage to your body as if you're eating meat.
Interesting.
So if you're going to just stuff your face full of all the processed meats and things of that nature, you might as well go ahead and eat meat, because your body reacts to it the same way and it does not know any different. So when you see larger size vegans, just like anybody else, if you're not taking care of your body and it's not being, because like, for instance, I'll use myself as an example. I'm 5'2" and I'm 188 pounds.
I mean, that's average. Okay.
That's not average. That's not average. And I'm not saying comparing it to what the colonizers or the white people standards.
Oh, okay.
If there's a certain amount of weight and things you're supposed to have on your body. And I'm not a doctor.
BMI.
But you know when you are in your best fighting shape versus when you were sitting up in here, like, because I like peanut M&Ms. I like Snickers. I like all of those things. Oreos are vegan. So if I sit up and eat if I eat 4 and 5 packs of Oreos, what do you think's going to happen? I'm going to be big as a couch.
Well, I didn't know Oreos were vegan. Okay, well,
The
maybe
purple bag Doritos are vegan. Like,
not with you listing all the wrong things,
girl. Because I know that being vegan does not constitute you being healthy. Now, if you are being serious and you're just like, okay, no processed foods. Okay, I'm nuts, I'm fruits, I'm veggies. You're not, the odds of you being overweight or obese is almost slim to none. No pun intended. But even and to touch back on the clothing, for me, I don't care if you already have the leather, because it's already done. But the way that you get around it is you go thrifting, because it's sustainability, it's repurposed, you're reusing it. It's not just somewhere where it's of no use. And now, a lot of the luxury brands are getting hip to it. Like Bentley, I think it was Bentley, for its 100th year anniversary, all the leather that was in their car was made from pineapple leaves, grape leaves, grape skin.
Donatella is also.
I just don't re-buy something, or I don't just go and be like, oh, there's this leather, thing. If I already have it, I'm gonna rock it. If I don't have it, I just don't have it.
All right, so to end this Q&A round, I'll start with Jasmine. Tell me what your breakfast, lunch, and dinner looks like as a mother of 6, for those who are parents of 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They too can possibly follow that footstep and becoming vegan or getting a healthier life.
Sure. I start the day every day with the same breakfast, and that is avocado toast. I also sprinkle on I love going to Aldi's. They have the everything bagel seasoning, and I'll sprinkle that on there, and then some raw pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
And pumpkin seeds are great for parasites, removing parasites from the body. So I have that every morning, and I love it. I never get tired of it. I love it. And then I have also a mushroom coffee now. I switched over from a regular coffee to a coffee that's got mushrooms, like lion's mane mushroom, which is a mushroom that looks like the brain and it helps the brain. I also have my 6-year-old actually on lion's mane mushroom, because he's having some difficulty in school, focusing and things like that. So that's my breakfast. Lunch, I'll typically be at work. So that'll be, sometimes, to be honest, I don't have time. I take a whole bell pepper with me and eat it like an apple. I take a whole cucumber, those baby cucumbers with me, take some cherry tomatoes with me in a bag. I'll make a sandwich with romaine lettuce, tomato, the fermented pickles, the vegan mayo I'll put on there.
Wow.
And then dinner would be like, for instance, last night it was quinoa with some, oh my gosh, what kind of beans are they? For some reason, pinto beans. With some pinto beans, cilantro, green olives, things like that, and put them together with a side salad. Boom. Delicious.
Okay,
Delicious.
that, I'm not gonna lie, that doesn't sound bad at all. But wow,
Yeah, it's delicious. I made it for my daughter's birthday party, and that was like an afterthought dish too. And everybody was like,
birthday party.
"Who made the beans?"
Wow. Okay. Well, parents out there, you could have these things at a kid's birthday party. No worries, kids will eat them.
Oh yeah.
Don't know about mine yet, but we'll get there. Angela, same question for you. What is your breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Well, for breakfast, I'm like Jasmine. I love a good avocado toast. And I'll do a smoothie or I'll do fruits. If I have some raw yogurt, I'll eat some raw yogurt. Or my definitely go-to is a smoothie, because I subscribe to a smoothie subscription service where they just send you all the ingredients and you just add coconut water or your plant milk of choice. For lunch, it's normally something like almost same.
Okay.
I'll do like salads, or I love a good chickpea salad because the chickpea mimics tuna fish, and I used to love tuna fish. So I'll just, put some chickpeas together with some, banana peppers, green peppers, onions, salt and pepper, sweet relish, a little bit of mustard, and I'll add avocado to it. And then I'll make the sandwich with some plum tomatoes, arugula, or some or arugula, sprouts. I love sprouts. On some toasted sprouted bread, like I love Dave's. That's like my favorite. That's like the killer bread is like my favorite bread of all times. And then I'll eat that with like a soup or something. And really it depends on where I'm at, because if I'm just out and about, it'll probably be just whatever vegan spot is close.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll eat that. But since I've been on raw, this is my first week that I've completed. I mean, since I've been on the detox, the first week that I've completed, it's been majority like raw foods. And they're not really hard to make, but it does consist of mostly like salads and smoothies and, coconut water and things of that nature. And then for dinner, what's so crazy about it, what I found is that a lot of us, we just repeat everything. It's nothing like elaborate where we're like, oh, we got the pasta, we got the garlic bread. We don't eat like, the carnivores be eating. We pretty much stick to what's easier and what's, beneficial. And a lot of us meal prep. So with us meal prepping, it's like, it's already in the refrigerator and it'll last me 2-3 days. If I make a big pot of bean chili or, a big salad, I'll eat on that for days.
I'll say, well, you can see the difference between a mother of 6 and then a single young lady in New York City. I was like, they still.
But believe it or not, we probably eat the same. It just is.
Yeah,
we
definitely
just do the same thing. We don't. I've yet to meet a vegan person who is just like elaborate, like in the morning, like, and of course I've done the protein pancakes and the overnight oats and things of that nature, but for the most part mine is pretty simple, and I do the same thing, whatever's quick and get me out the door.
Right. When I got 6 mouths to feed.
Yeah.
So it's,
I know you meal prepping.
Yeah, it's gotta last.
Yeah.
I do get creative. Like I made a cashew cheese, one that you could actually cut and put on a cracker. I dabbled in that. I did my own little what was it, like a cashew dip as well, like a cashew cheese dip.
I love it.
Of course, the hummus, you know, we all love that.
Hummus is my crack.
Yeah, you can put that on anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
All right, ladies, let's get into the last 10 minutes of the show. This is where we do the lightning round questionnaire. And what that entails is that I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. It could be true or false, or you guys just give me the answer to whatever the question. Some of them are multiple choice. Some of them are free answers. Some of them are true or false. And you guys can scream it out whenever you know the answer. You ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
Ready.
All right. Number one, is avocado a fruit or a vegetable?
A fruit.
Ooh, all right.
That is seed.
All right.
You got me. Hold on.
Listen, it's the smoothie.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Right.
I was still chewing the strawberry. Hold on.
Get that brain fog out of there.
Yeah, right. All right. Number two, pigs are the smartest domestic animal. True or false?
True.
True.
What
Pigs
is?
can
I'm
solve.
sorry, what animal?
Pigs.
Big.
They are the smartest domestic animal because they can solve problems, they can recognize friends, and they can work their way out of mazes and have good long-term memories. A pig.
Wow.
Interesting, right?
Wow.
All
And
right.
how horrible they treat them. Wow.
Woo! Look at Purple Vegan Mama in with the shots today. All right. All right. Next question. Earlier this year, true or false, a KFC restaurant replaced all meat with vegetarian alternative. True or false?
I'm gonna say true. I'm gonna say
true.
true. They offered everything.
They didn't replace. You said they replaced all meat.
But only in one location. The Rotterdam KFC went vegetarian for 1 week.
The KFC around my corner went. They did the vegan nuggets around the corner.
But everything in the whole entire restaurant went vegan for 1 week.
Were you saying I guess I was confused because I thought you said, I was hearing it as in they replaced all their meats with vegan products.
No, just that one day. So it was no. You heard correctly. It was the way I said it because I said KFC replaced all meat with vegetarian alternatives.
Right.
But they only did it for 1 week.
They added the nuggets. Yeah.
But no, in Rotterdam, in the UK, for an entire week, everything in their restaurant went vegan.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
All their meats, all their meats were replaced with processed meats.
Exactly.
Oh, got you.
Exactly.
I heard it wrong.
All right, next question. This is multiple choice. How many land animals are killed for their meat every day around the world? A, 70 million. B, over 200 million. C, 120 million.
Over 200 million.
Yeah, Angela?
I'm going to do B.
The answer is B. Over 200 million animals are killed for their meat every year. Wow, that is very shocking. All right, true or false? Mike Tyson follows a vegan diet.
True.
I'm gonna go with Angela. I trust her. True. I don't know.
The answer is true. The heavyweight boxer champion has been a vegan for many decades. He believes the dietary change helped him turn his life around after hitting rock bottom in 2009.
Yep.
So that mental fog, he changed his life from 2009. That's where that tattoo under his face came. Next, true or false? Cows can predict the weather.
True.
False. Many think cows can lie down. And they think once a cow lies down, it's supposed to mean that it's going to rain, but cows just lie down for many reasons. They lie down up to 14 hours a day. Just a cow fact. What country does tofu originate from?
Japan?
Is it China?
China. I was like, it's one of the Asian countries. It's China. Many report it accidentally was discovered more than 2,000 years ago. All right, multiple choice. Which of these pizza chains do not offer a vegan option? Well, they say in the UK, but I think in the United States too. So you have A for Pizza Hut, B for Domino's, and then 3 and C for Pizza Express.
Pizza Express.
Yeah, I'm not familiar, so I'll just say Pizza Express because I don't really know their.
The answer is Domino's. Domino's
Domino's does offer a vegan.
Not in the UK.
Girl, we ain't in the UK.
Come on.
Trying it. You trying it.
All right, so let's come back to the United States. In the US, true or false, 10 million turkeys are killed for Thanksgiving every year.
True.
False. 100 million.
45 million. It is false, but it's 45 million.
Wow.
Yeah, it's more than 10 million. I was actually shocked about that. I was like, dang. All right. What is the name of the 2017 documentary that links animal product with disease?
What the health?
What the hell?
What the hell? Yes, you go, girl. Okay, I couldn't even figure that out. All right, next, true or false? Beyond Meat vegan Beyond Burgers use less than 93% land than beef.
True.
Land than beef?
Yeah, they use because you have to.
True.
Yep. One Beyond Burger
uses
99% less water to generate 90% fewer greenhouse gases emissions, and we're helping the land. Next one. Which US state recently banned the trade of giraffe body parts? I didn't even know we ate giraffe. Which state in the United States banned giraffe being eaten?
Is it a multiple choice or we just?
Nope. It's 50 states, so one of the 50 states.
You said giraffe?
That's your multiple choice.
Yeah, giraffe.
I'm gonna say New York. I'm gonna say Texas.
And what did you say, Jasmine?
I'm gonna say New York.
New York. You are not allowed to eat giraffe in New York. I didn't even know we ate that. That's actually a little.
Why would giraffes be all the way up here?
Well, they sell the body parts. They cut them into pieces and sell them.
Oh, that's right. It could be a Caribbean delicacy. It could be.
Not my Caribbean. All right. Next one. Experts recently warned that 20% decrease in beef, lamb, and dairy consumption is urgent. What was their reason? Why are they telling us that we have to stop eating beef, lamb, and dairy? One reason.
What type of experts are they?
Wait, what do you say, Jasmine?
I'm just wondering what type of experts are they?
It just says experts. Oh, but that's a good one. That will narrow down as to what it is. Okay, I see you.
What's their angle?
I'm gonna say climate change.
I'm gonna say they're gonna go extinct.
Environment change. The answer is environment. The climate change, the Committee on Climate Change advised that we have to stop eating, reducing beef, lamb, because
they said we had 10 years, but it's more along around 6 now.
Yeah, so we have to try to save the waste of it, so we can the carbon dioxide as well as burning into the ozone. It's crazy. Things you learn in school you didn't think you were going to utilize as an adult. All right, next one. What country has the highest number of vegetarians?
Israel.
Ooh,
France.
Close. India. That Mediterranean.
Okay.
I could see it. They do a lot of Mediterranean diets out there. All right, bonus question for the end of the show. What year was the Vegan Society founded?
1949.
44.
44.
But the fact that you know that, okay, girl, we see you out here, vegan expert. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for spending time with Q and my followers on the Qui Talks Show for a break time. Let people know where they can follow you, and ask you questions. Starting with Jasmine.
Okay. I just want to give a shout out before I go into me. This amazing drink came from Good Roots in West Haverstraw. I'm sorry if you can't see it. If you haven't been by to see what they offer, please check them out. Not only do they have amazing smoothies, amazing food, they also offer herbs, dried herbs, oils, and The staff there is amazing. They treat you like family when you go in there. So
Where is it located again?
This is in West Haverstraw, New York.
Where's that?
You're
Rockland
in
County.
Brooklyn. She's in Brooklyn.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry. This is
you
in
gotta come up
Rockland
to
County.
us.
So it's about like 40 minutes north of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'll come visit us one day. We're gonna get Angela up here.
Both of y'all in Rockland County?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
845. All right,
I gotta
Jasmine.
take
Also, I just want to showcase, it's hard to see it. This is a book that I wrote. It's called Kari, the Quinoa Saves the Day. And this is the main character is a quinoa. So I'm trying to, this is targeting children. My business targets children really, because that's really how you change. Like I said, you change the cycle. So this is available on Amazon now, and just talks about dietary intelligence and emotional intelligence, which is key. And then I also have a play food set. I'm not sure if you can see it. No. All right.
Well, send me the pictures and I will post everything up on my social media. Yeah, I know these virtual backgrounds.
Will do. It's a play food set made out of wood, and it's all vegan, plant-based products for children to play with, because why can't they play with these things, right? They should be able to play with foods that have the words organic, non-GMO, gluten-free on them, so that as they grow up and become educated consumers of food, that they know what to look for. This is all normal to them now, right?
So where can we find you?
This will be available on Amazon coming very soon. I'm just finishing up production on that. I'm also coming out with a vegan ABCs coloring book that goes hand in hand with my YouTube channel. I did a wonderful collaboration with Brett Bronson, local legend, called the Vegan ABCs on YouTube. Great song. Download it if you can. You can find me on Instagram at Purple Vegan Mama. You can find me on Facebook, and then my website, purpleveganmama.com.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Angela, let us know where we can find you, Mama.
You can find me at Vegan Pop Eats. And you can also find me at Vegan Pop Eats 2 on IG. I had gotten hacked a long time ago, and that's why it's the Vegan Pop Eats 2. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me everywhere if you're looking for me.
Let them know. Well, thank you, you guys. Thank you for joining me in the break room. Today, we talked about veganism fads. We had so much fun. We dissected some, theories that you guys wanted to know about. But tune in every Tuesday as we dissect different topics in the break room. So till later. Bye.
Bye.